한국 영화가 요새 극장에 걸리는 한국 영화가 워낙 어렵다 보니까 저도
Lovely viewers, welcome back to another captivating moment on the channel, where we dive deep into the emotions, reactions, and surprising twists behind our favorite Korean stars. Today's story is one that has the entire entertainment world talking, and honestly, it's impossible not to be intrigued. The air in the Korean entertainment scene has been electric ever since Lee Min-ho's bold and public love confession for Song Hye-kyo went viral. But what truly stirred the pot was Joong Ki's reaction. Fans from around the world have been glued to their screens, dissecting every move, every word, and every silent pause that might reveal what he truly feels. It all started when Lee Min-ho, during a live fan event that was being streamed globally, looked directly into the camera and confessed his love for Song Hye-kyo in front of millions. His words were heartfelt, simple, yet so powerful that social media practically exploded within minutes. "I have loved quietly, but it's time the world knows," he said with that calm, sincere voice that fans have adored for years. The crowd erupted into cheers, and within seconds, clips of his confession were all over TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Fans were swooning, celebrities were commenting, and media outlets were quick to label it one of the boldest love declarations in K-drama history. But as soon as Lee Min-ho's confession made waves, all eyes turned to one person, Joong Ki. The question on everyone's mind was simple. How would he react? For those who may not recall, Joong Ki and Song Hye-kyo were once one of the most beloved couples in Korean entertainment. Their on-screen chemistry in Descendants of the Sun turned into real-life romance, followed by marriage, and later, a painful and very public divorce. Their story had become both a fairy tale and a tragedy for many fans. So Lee Min-ho's confession inevitably brought old emotions back into the spotlight, both for the fans and possibly for Joong Ki himself. When the confession first went viral, Joong Ki didn't immediately react. His silence, however, said a lot, or at least fans thought it did. The internet became a battlefield of interpretations. Some fans believed he was choosing to take the high road, showing maturity and respect for his past relationship, while others argued that his silence was a reflection of shock or emotional conflict. But everything changed when a short video surfaced online, allegedly showing Joong Ki watching the confession clip during a break on set. In the video, he can be seen smiling subtly and then shaking his head slightly before saying something quietly to one of his staff members. Fans with sharp ears claimed he said, "That's brave of him," while others insisted it sounded like, "He really said that?" The clip went viral almost instantly, with fans debating what his real reaction meant. Was it admiration? Was it sarcasm? Or was it a hidden emotion that words couldn't fully capture? The debate spread like wildfire. On social media platforms, hashtags like #Joong Ki reaction and #Lee Min-ho confession trended for days. Some fans sympathized with Joong Ki, saying he must have felt emotional hearing another man publicly declare love for someone he once shared a deep connection with. Others argued that he had already moved on, pointing out that he's been living a peaceful life abroad with his new family and career. One fan commented, "Joong Ki's smile said it all. It wasn't jealousy, it was acceptance." Another replied, "You can see it in his eyes. He still cares." Lovely viewers, it's fascinating how such small moments can ignite massive discussions across the internet. Even experts in entertainment psychology began weighing in. One Korean entertainment analyst noted, "Public reactions like this one reveal how deeply audiences are emotionally invested in these celebrities' personal lives. When someone like Lee Min-ho makes a confession, it doesn't just affect him and Song Hye-kyo, it reopens old narratives that fans thought were long closed." As the online debate intensified, Joong Ki finally addressed the matter indirectly during a virtual interview for his upcoming drama. When asked by a journalist how he feels about seeing his name associated with old relationships again, he smiled politely and replied, "I've learned to appreciate every chapter of my life. Some stories end, but they leave lessons and memories. I only wish happiness for everyone." Though he never mentioned Lee Min-ho or Song Hye-kyo by name, fans instantly interpreted his calm demeanor as a graceful response to the ongoing situation. That one sentence, "I only wish happiness for everyone," sent ripples through the fandom. It was dignified, mature, and subtly emotional. Meanwhile, Minho has stayed relatively quiet since his confession, except for a cryptic Instagram story he posted days later. The post showed a photo of a sunset with the caption, "Some feelings deserve the light." Fans believe this was his way of reaffirming his emotions and not backing down despite the mixed reactions. Some netizens praised him for his honesty and courage, while others criticized him, saying his timing was questionable considering Joong Ki's history with Song Hye-kyo. What makes this entire situation so enthralling is how it blurs the line between celebrity life and human emotion. Everyone knows that these stars live under constant public scrutiny, yet when raw emotion enters the scene, fans forget the glitz and focus on the hearts involved. Some fans are even saying that this is the real-life K-drama they never expected. One viral tweet read, "We're witnessing a love triangle that feels scripted, but it's painfully real." The debate has also sparked discussions about how men in the entertainment industry express their feelings publicly. Some netizens are praising Minho for breaking traditional barriers by confessing his love openly in a society where male celebrities often keep emotions guarded. Others, however, feel that such public gestures can put unnecessary pressure on the person being confessed to, in this case, Song Hye-kyo. As one fan commented, "It's romantic, yes, but it also puts Hye-kyo in a difficult position. Everyone's waiting for her response. But what if she doesn't want to make it public?" And indeed, Song Hye-kyo's silence has only added to the tension. She has not released any official statement or reaction, but fans noticed subtle hints in her recent social media activity. A few days after the confession, she shared a serene photo of the ocean with a caption that read, "Peace comes when you stop questioning the waves." The poetic line had fans interpreting it in multiple ways. Was it a gentle response to Minho's confession? Or a message to the world asking for calm amidst the chaos? Nobody knows for sure, but it fueled even more speculation. Lovely viewers, you can imagine how the fandoms of these three megastars, Minho, Song Hye-kyo, and Joong Ki, are clashing online. Each group is defending their favorite, and each believes they know the truth behind the emotions. Minho's fans argue that his confession was genuine and long overdue, while Joong Ki's fans emphasize his grace and quiet dignity. Song Hye-kyo's fans, on the other hand, are urging people to give her space and not turn her personal life into a public debate again. Only a few days after the initial chaos, eagle-eyed fans noticed something curious. Joong Ki made a surprise appearance at a private film industry dinner where, coincidentally, several stars including Song Hye-kyo's close friends were also in attendance. Photos from the event began circulating online, and the atmosphere seemed warm and friendly. However, what sent fans into a frenzy was a particular snapshot showing Joong Ki smiling while talking to one of Hye-kyo's longtime stylists. The image immediately went viral with captions like, "Is he checking in on her?" and "Old feelings never fade." Lovely viewers, that one candid photo sparked 1,000 interpretations. Some fans believe that Joong Ki's presence at the same event was purely coincidental, but others are convinced there was a deeper emotional reason behind it. A few insiders even claimed that before the dinner, Joong Ki had asked mutual friends how Song Hye-kyo was doing, suggesting that he might still hold genuine concern for her well-being despite everything that has happened. Though these reports remain unconfirmed, they were enough to reignite online debates about whether his calm and polite reaction to Minho's confession was truly as detached as it seemed. Meanwhile, Minho's fans have remained steadfast in defending their idol. Many pointed out that Joong Ki's reappearance in social circles connected to Hye-kyo might have been a subtle response to Minho's confession, not in words but in presence. One fan wrote, "Minho declared his love with words, but Joong Ki replied with silence and timing." Another fan countered, "This isn't about rivalry. Both men have shown emotional maturity in their own ways." While fans continue to debate motives, Song Hye-kyo herself has maintained her dignified silence, but her social media activity has been anything but quiet. In a recent interview shoot for a luxury brand, she appeared radiant, glowing, and more at peace than ever. The interviewer mentioned Lee Min-ho's confession briefly, asking how she feels about public displays of affection, and she responded with a thoughtful smile. "Sometimes," she said softly, "love speaks loudest in silence." That one sentence set off another explosion of online theories. Some fans claimed she was subtly responding to Minho's public declaration, while others felt it might have been a nod to her ex-husband, Joong Ki's quiet composure. Lovely viewers, isn't it fascinating how one simple line can hold 1,000 meanings depending on who hears it? Social media platforms, especially X, formerly Twitter, have become battlegrounds of emotion, with fans passionately interpreting her every word. Some even went as far as creating entire analysis threads breaking down her tone, her facial expression, and even the symbolism of the outfit she wore during the interview. As if that wasn't enough to stir hearts even further, reports began circulating that Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo might be collaborating on a new project together, a high-budget romantic drama set to be directed by one of Korea's top filmmakers. If confirmed, this project could mark their first on-screen reunion since The Confession, and fans are already buzzing with excitement and nerves. Many wonder whether working together could spark something deeper between them or simply lead to more public scrutiny. Some even said, if they share on-screen chemistry, it's over. Fans will ship them endlessly. But not everyone sees this as just a romantic fairy tale. Entertainment analysts have started discussing the emotional implications such public attention could have on all three stars. One cultural commentator said, "The intertwining of their personal lives with their public personas has blurred boundaries. What might be intended as genuine affection can easily become a media spectacle. It's both beautiful and tragic." And that's exactly what this moment feels like. Lovely viewers, beautiful, tragic, and undeniably human. Amidst all the speculation, Joong Ki made another quiet but meaningful gesture that melted hearts across the internet. He recently posted a serene picture on his Instagram story, a close-up of a blooming flower with the caption, "Even if the garden changes, some roots remain." Fans immediately linked the post to his past with Song Hye-kyo, interpreting it as his poetic way of saying that while life moves forward, certain emotions never fully fade. The post was soon deleted, but not before screenshots spread like wildfire. People couldn't stop talking about it, calling it the most emotional Instagram story of the year. Lee Min-ho, on the other hand, has stayed consistent in his calm confidence. Just last week, he attended an award ceremony where he was asked how he handles public attention regarding his personal life. With a subtle smile, he replied, "I'm thankful for love in all its forms. Love from fans, love from friends, and the kind that inspires you to become better." His response drew cheers from the audience, and fans took it as a reaffirmation that his feelings for Song Hye-kyo remained steady despite all the noise. Lovely viewers, you can feel the emotional undercurrent in every word and action. It's as if the three of them, Lee Min-ho, Song Hye-kyo, and Joong Ki, are communicating not through direct statements, but through energy, timing, and small gestures that speak louder than anything they could ever say in interviews. It's this subtle dance of emotions that keeps fans hooked, imagining what might be going on behind those calm, polished appearances. The fandoms have evolved too. At first, they were divided, each passionately supporting their favorite, but now an interesting shift is happening. Many fans from all sides are calling for peace, saying that these stars deserve to live their truth without being trapped in the shadow of past relationships. One fan wrote, "Let's stop making it a rivalry. All three have loved deeply, and that's something to admire, not weaponize." Another echoed, "Whether it's Lee Min-ho's bravery, Joong Ki's grace, or Hye-kyo's elegance, we're witnessing real emotions in real time." Despite the calls for calm, curiosity continues to grow. Industry insiders have hinted that Lee Min-ho might make another public statement soon, perhaps during his upcoming fan meeting tour. Some even speculate that he plans to mention Song Hye-kyo again, though whether that's to clarify or reaffirm his confession remains a mystery. Meanwhile, Joong Ki is said to be focusing on his international projects, but insiders reveal that he's been more reflective lately, often speaking about gratitude and forgiveness during team discussions. Lovely viewers, imagine for a moment how it must feel to be in their shoes. To have your deepest emotions, love, loss, and maybe even longing, analyzed by millions of people around the world. To say something simple and have it turned into headlines. To stay silent and have that silence interpreted 100 different ways. It's a reminder that fame doesn't protect anyone from heartache. If anything, it magnifies it. And yet, through it all, the three of them continue to carry themselves with dignity. Joong Ki with his gentle humility, Minho with his open-hearted courage, and Song Hye-kyo with her timeless poise. Each represents a different kind of strength, the kind that comes from living, loving, and learning under the watchful. Imagine the excitement when paparazzi photos began circulating online, showing Minho at a serene lakeside park in Seoul, only for Song Hye-kyo to share a photo from what appeared to be the exact same spot just hours later. The sunlight, the backdrop, even the reflection of the water looked identical. Within minutes, social media went into detective mode. Fans flooded X and Instagram with side-by-side comparisons of their pictures, analyzing the background trees, shadows, and sky colors. Comments poured in, with some convinced that the two had met secretly, while others argued it was pure coincidence. One fan tweeted, "It's destiny playing its game again," while another replied, "They're connected by the universe, whether they mean to be or not." Lovely viewers, can you imagine the buzz that created? The idea that Minho and Song Hye-kyo might have shared a quiet, unannounced moment together after everything that's happened felt like something straight out of a K-drama script. Emotional, poetic, and deeply human. But of course, the internet never sleeps, and soon, another piece of the puzzle emerged. A video surfaced of Minho walking through the park that same day, wearing a black baseball cap and a casual beige jacket. Fans with sharp eyes noticed something peculiar. He was holding what looked like a small, folded piece of paper. The video was only a few seconds long, but it sparked wild theories. Some believed he had written something personal, maybe even a message for Song Hye-kyo. Others thought it was a script or lyric sheet, especially since rumors about his love-inspired song have been circulating for weeks. Lovely viewers, things took an even more dramatic turn when Joong Ki unexpectedly posted a quote on his fan cafe around the same time. The post read, "Sometimes love is not about holding on, but about letting go beautifully." It was a simple statement, but considering the timing, fans couldn't help but connect it to the unfolding story. Could it have been his way of addressing everything? Minho's confession, Hye-kyo's silence, and his own emotional peace? Or was it just a coincidental message of reflection from a man who's learned to embrace the past with grace? The fandoms immediately split into different camps, each interpreting his words through their own emotional lenses. As this storm of speculation continued, Song Hye-kyo remained the calm center of it all. Her quiet demeanor, her minimal posts, and her graceful presence in public events gave nothing away. And yet, her silence spoke volumes. When she appeared at a charity gala in Seoul, fans couldn't stop talking about her look. Dressed in a soft ivory gown, she looked ethereal, radiant, and full of quiet strength. The media captured a moment where she was smiling softly to herself as the host mentioned, "the courage to love again," a phrase that instantly became one of the most replayed clips of the night.